back to Chicago. I'm on a divvy bike. I just checked out a divvy bike right here. We're above 40 degrees. So I figure we'll just ride through Grant Park. I thought about like taking a train ride, but you know, we got a 40-degree day here. And it's gonna get to 51. We're gonna get some rain, so I figured today might be the day to try to ride over to Northerly Island. And even though it's winter time, it might get some interesting skyline views. Of course, we went over there before, but I'm running out of ideas. I know there's like museums and other things we can see in the loop here, but we'll wait till everybody else comes in. Hey, how's it going, Sharon? Thanks for tuning in. I am wearing a bike helmet. We're on a divvy bike. I figured we'd mix it up and take a little bike ride. We'll see, wait till the pedestrian traffic crosses here. We'll cross the street here. We'll go with the pedestrians here. Get around Michigan Avenue. It's always an interesting maneuver here. We got sirens coming here, so I don't know what this bus is trying to do here. Get out of the way. There's an ambulance coming by here. But here, we'll ride up the hill here. This bus is probably going to go right behind me here. Oh, luckily it's pulling up. Somebody's getting on the bus stop here to give me time to get down into the lower level. Randolph here. There's a car coming. Oh, great. Oh, they're going that way. Sorry, I didn't know which way you were going. I'm sorry. I thought they were going this way. I'm all confused. Car came speeding up behind me and switched lanes. I was trying to get out of its way because I thought it was going to hit me from behind, and then it honked at me. There, we'll go down here. I'll probably go to the right here. Cars are always in such a rush, I know. Us slow bike riders are always in the way. Some people really, you see all the TikToks where people literally try to run people off the road. This car's making a U-turn. I think it's probably going to go in the parking garage. It's probably going to honk at me. Trying to get in the parking garage. Always cars in the way. Hey, you can park Millennium Garage here. How's it going, everybody? So if I'm missing your comments, I'm trying not to get run over by cars here. I'm trying just to get to Grant Park. We'll get on the bike. We'll get on the park pass. Then I'll be able to catch my breath and look at comments here. So just joined me in Chicago on a divvy bike going down Columbus. I didn't know what to do today for lunch. I walked a lot this morning. And I even rode a bike this morning. We were on the 606. Let me see if I can get across this intersection here real quick. Car came out of the parking garage behind me here. As long as I get through this intersection, we'll make a left here. I'll wait till the signal cross. Hey, let's look at this Louis Sullivan stock exchange thing. I'll be able to look at the comments here. Catch my breath here by the Art Institute. Yeah, look at that. Hey, so Anna Marie Angel, searched for you, Sarah and Rizzo. Elena, thanks for tuning in. Diane, Alvin, thanks everybody. Thanks for coming here on the Lunch Bunch. I've shown this before. This is the beautiful Chicago Stock Exchange building facade that Richard Nichols saved. And of course, we went into the Art Institute before and how they reconstructed the stock exchange floor. Look at the Louis Sullivan ornamentation. That's why Richard Nichols saved this. This used to be at the LaSalle Street where the Board of Trade was. I think that's where it was at. No, it had to be somewhere else. It was somewhere else because the Board of Trade, it was near there. It was the old stock exchange building and they salvaged it. Yeah, happy hump day. Thanks for tuning in. And please, everybody give their condolences to Chris. I think everybody on the Lunch Bunch, you know Chris Gustafson, our great friend there, and he moderates and helps on my TikTok, and we've been friends virtually here for over a year, and his father sadly passed away yesterday. He relayed the information to me, so I think a lot of you know Chris. If you could send him a message of condolences and sympathy, and if I get any information about the services or where we could send flowers, if he wants that, I'll let him know. It's up to him, and I'll message him later, see what he wants to do. But he was on the TikTok this morning, which I was amazed, and our sympathies and thoughts and prayers go out to Chris's family and his father there. So don't mean to bring everybody down, but this is, you know, Kahala just went through it, and I know Sarah had a deaths in the family last year, and sadly death is a part of life. We all got to deal with it, but I never know how to deal with it on social media. I remember when my mother passed, and then Zuckerberg on Facebook was like, "You haven't talked to your mother in a while." I'm like, "Yeah, because she passed away, you jerk." Zuckerberg didn't even realize it. Yeah, his car's trying to run me over. Got to get out of the car's way or they'll run you over and laugh at you. Hey, I'm not the only bike rider over here. How's everybody doing here? Let's see. We still streaming okay? And so here we'll go past the this is the Portillo band shell, not the Pritzker. The Pritzker's the Frank Gehry one. This is the Perillo band shell, I guess, the car dealership. And all these philanthropists that donated money for stuff in around. You can cover more ground with a bike. It would take so long to walk over this way. We can go by the Buckingham Fountain, which is turned off. I usually, in the summertime, make many pilgrimages over to the Buckingham Fountain. When it's flowing, you know, they turn it on in May, and great views of the skyline like this. But thanks everybody for tuning in here. And am I still streaming okay? Good. 3,800 kilobits per second. Look at that beautiful skyline of Chicago. We got 12:17 in the PM here at lunchtime. We'll save that for maybe a rainy day. We'll take an L ride at lunchtime. Here's the geese. Look at the geese out here in Grand Park. Miss the light. It's kind of foggy here by the lake. It's weird. But we're above 40 degrees. This is the warmest it's been all week, and expected to get warmer, I think. Wait till this traffic clears out here. So we're over by Jackson and DuSable Lakeshore Drive. There's Lake Michigan. I want to ride over by the fountain here. Yeah, happy hump day. Oh, we got the light. So these are the nice formal squares here, the central part of Grand Park. And of course they planted this like a formal French garden. The trees are all in a row. If you look at it in plan, it's 4 X's around the Buckingham Fountain, this big plaza, and they paved it with pavers. We've been over here before. And just go past the fountain here. Down towards the museum campus. I think there's a way for me to ride up these ADA accessible ramps here. Oh, it's a permit required. You need a permit to go up the ramp. Look at that view. There, Pie Life. See, they got these. It's very Parisian. It looks like the Champs-Élysées there, the area around the Eiffel Tower. But here's the Buckingham Fountain. Is it coming through okay? Good. There you can see the South Loop skyline in the distance. I'm not on mute, am I? How's everybody doing? Is anybody out there? See, they got the fountain turned off. You can see all the piping and stuff underneath there. We'll circle around and get the skyline there. Look at that view. It gets better and better the further away you get from it. Look at that. There's Roosevelt University. There's the Sears Tower, Roosevelt University. Congress Hotel's haunted. Let's see what else. How do I get down from here? There's got to be a ramp. Yeah, there it is right there. So we'll go by these little vendor kiosks. We'll ride through the little sculpted hedges here. Say hello to the geese. Hanging out by the fountain. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, the geese will drink that nasty water there. If I go in here, I'm gonna ride right through here. It's like we're in Disneyland. We're in Disneyland in Grant Park. And everybody's like, where's everybody at? It's the empty city. Welcome to wintertime in Chicago. And there's just not much going on. Everybody's left town, taking trips, working from home. There, I'm missing all your comments because I didn't scroll down here. Yeah, I'm working off those Rolos. Yeah, I just saw that. I wasn't getting the scroll. I noticed I couldn't read the comments, and it's because I was stuck up above here, so sorry about that. I wasn't seeing everybody's comments there. Because I'm riding the bike, I wasn't scrolling down. Yeah, the fountain looks dead without the water flowing. And yeah, thanks to Michael. Yeah, we stopped in Bravco yesterday, and he gave me some Rolos, which was great. I really appreciate that. He's like, "Hey, you want a drink?" I'm like, I just want to say hello. You know, I appreciate the gesture. He's such a nice guy. There, Bravco, there on Oak Street. We just missed Howard and Barbara. He said they were there. I always get there too late because they leave when I leave work too. Evil Knievel, you want me to go up the ramp? Yeah, we'll hop the fence. So let me stop you. Let me get you a view of the skyline here, and I'll stop and I'll catch up on all the comments I missed. I didn't have you on mute. I just couldn't see the comments, and I didn't want to stop the bike to work the scroll there. So we'll show you Hutchinson Field here. And there, if I get up this way, we'll get a nice view of the skyline here. Thanks for tuning in. Welcome to Grant Park. We're just taking a bike ride. I wanted to cover more ground today. There we go. It would have took me all hour to walk down to this point. Sandra, how you doing? Marco. Let's see. Matthew Gleason. Yeah, the gimbal helps with the steady stream. Demishi, how you doing? Yeah, I'm on the bike here. Anna Marie. Krista, yeah. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Yeah, the cars will give me free bumper rides, yeah. Yeah, thanks for letting me take a break from the comments there. I'm either brave or stupid. I haven't figured it out, you know. We used to play softball here all the time. Last spring, I don't know if any of you remember, I came down here, one of my work teams, they were playing softball, 16-inch softball, the Chicago style softball. We came down here and caught some games going on. And what a beautiful backdrop to play softball. And this is where they have Lollapalooza. They set up the stage for Lollapalooza here. Of course, they had this all proportioned off for NASCAR and, you know, other events. The field always gets tore up. Here, see, we're heading down towards the museum campus here. Yeah, Sandra, how you doing? Yeah, look at that. See, that's the 1000M. I always talk about the 1000M. It's topping out. It's a residential tower there behind the trees. And see how it's cantilevered over that building next to it. It kind of, at the bottom, it tapers in slightly. It's hard to tell from here. We'll ride underneath the Glacier Drive. There's tunnels over here, pedestrian tunnels, which are nice. It's a good way to get to And here, let me switch hands here. Let me switch hands here so I can switch to my dominant hand for steering. Yeah, I could get a head cam. I probably should get a... They mainly make it for GoPros. It doesn't work well with the phone. Get a big phone sticking on your helmet. But here, I need to ride up that paver ramp there on the right. If you just joined, we're in Chicago. We're in Grant Park down here by Hutchinson Field where they got the softball fields. We're going to ride over to the museum campus. And then, there we go. So I think I want to catch that path here. Let me turn around there. Look at that view. See, the views gets better and better as you get away from the skyline. You get the full skyline. Wait till we get by the lake over here. And we've shown this before. I don't know if everybody's seen it. Here's Saba Lakeshore Drive. There's the Field Museum. We went inside that one time. Got some footage from the Field Museum. I need to get inside the Shed Aquarium. I need to get inside the Museum of Science and Industry down there on the south side. We've been by the outside, but there's that 1000M I was talking about. That's a new residential tower right there, just topped out. And this is all residential here. It's along Roosevelt, which used to be 12th Street. So here, see how we get to the museum campus here. We'll get up here by the Field Museum. They got a nice view, like a little sledding hills. They're all pretty much man-made, but see if we can get through here. It looks like they're working on the trees. Hopefully they don't have it all blocked off. Be my luck. See if I can get through here. Yeah, here we go. Here's the Field Museum. Look at this neoclassical. It's like we're in Greek and Roman times. Got columns everywhere. You got the bats. Field Museum, Chicago. Giant totem pole. Let's see if we can get around this truck. Yeah, look at this view. So we came down here many times in the summertime to catch this view. It's right out here. There's Sears Tower. You see, you got this. This is so faded from the sun. They need to replace these signage here. But look at that classic view of the Chicago skyline. Getting off the bike there. So there's the 1000M to the left. Let me make sure the comments are scrolling here. Yeah, thanks for tuning in there. So you see the lake. There's Lake Michigan. There's the well, I'll give you the whole thing here. So there's the Field Museum, Marshall Field Museum. There's the Shed Aquarium. Here's the geese taking off. Look at the geese taking off there. That's nice. They're heading out to the lake there. They're all in formation. And then there's the skyline of Chicago, looking north, and that's looking towards the west there. And you see where we're at. They got this like historical or wayfinding signage, tells you about the Field Museum and the skyline, what towers are what. And what time we got? 12:28. Okay. When I got off the bike, it turned the seat, so I gotta turn the seat straight so I'm not riding sideways here, riding side saddle. We can just ride around Soldier Field. People often ask, they're like, go to Soldier Field. I'm like, okay, we'll go to Soldier Field before the Bears stop playing there. Bears are a Chicago football team, American style football, not soccer. Well, the soccer team, we have the Chicago. There's the Field Museum. Yes, thank you. Look at this giant Olmec head. It's a replica. It's not a true Olmec head. Olmec head. In Central and South America, mainly Central America, they discovered all these giant Olmec heads with the Mayan. But it's earlier than the Mayan culture. They were there before the Mayans. This is a replica, and but the real ones were really that large. It's the right scale there. There's the Shed Aquarium. Tara, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, Didn't miss much. You missed me getting in a fight with the... See, they got around Soldier Field. I got that video with, it's to the Beatles music where we go out to Northerly Island. Northerly Island looks so much better in the spring, summer, and fall. In the wintertime, it's pretty bleak out there, and there'll be nobody out there, so I'll ride just around Soldier Field so we can see the colonnade there. We'll see if I can get across this traffic here without getting run over. And yeah, we'll follow this car here. And there are some like sledding hills over here. I'll show you. See, I don't use sled riding hills. A little, and there's Burnham Harbor right there. But here we'll get some really good views of Soldier Field, the historic colonnade. Of course, Soldier Field was built after World War I. This has been here for over 100 years. Can you believe that? And I think they built it around 1920. And it didn't always have the modernist spaceship sitting inside of it. It was more of like a Circus Maximus. Circus Maximus, you ever seen Ben-Hur where they race the chariots? The dimensions were actually that way. And never played here until 1970 because the Bears played in Wrigley Field. Believe it or not, the Bears were supposed to be a temporary solution. They never got a new for this, so they got to have box seating and expanded seating, but they'll never get a Super Bowl because it's not a dome. And that's why the McCaskies want a brand new $2 billion stadium out there in Arlington Heights, which I'm against. But, NFL's the NFL. They got to make money so they pay players, and it's just economics, and so they're going to hold the city hostage until they get a new stadium. And that's what happens not just in Chicago, but all cities with NFL franchises. And they'll threaten to move to somewhere else. Well, look at that historic colonnade. The scale of that. And it's a shame that Soldier Field lost its historic National Historic Register designation when they modernized it. And usually the Wi-Fi connection is usually horrible over here at game time. Is everybody still there? Did I lose everybody? I think I lost everybody there. I must have lost my connection there, but hey, we'll do the best we can here. Soldier Field is notorious about having a bad connection, so I must have lost my connection and lost everybody there, but thanks for those that are staying on here. We'll see what it looks like in the reruns. But here, we'll go over, and we filmed this before on TikTok. We'll film the Walter Payton statue here. And we'll film the George Halas statue, which is very important to NFL history. Walter Payton is one of the greatest running backs of all time, not just for the Bears. Walter Payton, 34. We got Walter Payton High School. I'm on good. Thank you. Yeah, I think this. I know the signal always gets spotty. Even when there's not a game, the signal gets spotty around Soldier Field. When there's games, they have Wi-Fi spots because people can't use their cell phones because it degrades, and it's really hard to live stream. I live streamed the tailgating for the Bears home opener this year. They played the Green Bay, but I had to film it. I couldn't live stream it. I had to record it and post it the old-fashioned way, and it's because Soldier Field is notorious for having horrible cell phone. You think that of all, even game days, they have Wi-Fi hotspots for people just to text people to where they're at in the game. It's horrible. But here we'll go over to the George Halas statue here. We're at the southern end of Soldier Field. Here's George Halas, founder, player, coach, owner. Very historic figure in the annals of the National Football League here in America. There's George Halas there with Soldier Field. Right there we get the whole thing right there. Sweetness, yeah, you saw Walter Payton. We saw the Walter Payton statue. Now we're seeing the George Halas. See Walter Payton's over there. And you see how, this connects. You can go during game day. You could enter Soldier Field from the south here. This connects to, there's a parking garage, and there's a south parking area. If I go this way, I might be able to reconnect with the bike path here. What I want to get to, there's a, remember how I always talk about Balboa and how in the 1930s the Italian Air Force flew across the Atlantic. It was under the fascist Mussolini regime, which is now discredited, of course. He was allied with the Germany during World War II. But Balboa brought with them, they brought a Roman column and they gave it as a gift to the city of Chicago. Well, they stuck it out here. It's a real things, but it's a real Roman relic. Let's see if we can find it. It's hard to find, and I think it's actually over here. Let me see if I can find this Roman column, which is funny. They kind of stuck it in front of Soldier Field, which makes sense, but they kind of hid it behind some bushes, and it's hard to find. So bear with me. I'm going to try to find it. We'll cross over and film the Gold Star Family Plaza here. Let me see if I can get across here behind this. There we go. Here's the Gold Star Memorial Park over here for the Gold Star families. Families that police officers have paid the ultimate sacrifice in the line of duty. It's always a sobering memorial, especially in this city. Thanks for bearing with me. How's it going, Dolores? Tara, thanks for tuning in here. We're just exploring the far reaches of Soldier Field here. It's hard to ride through this pea gravel. I'd rather almost ride through the grass here. Here, let me switch hands here. Hold on a second here. I'm going over to this police memorial here they got in, this is Burnham Park. We're south of Grant Park here. Okay, here, let's see. Make sure I don't peel out here in this pea gravel. This is, I can't get the bike stopped. United States Armed Forces. Police, people that have lost their life in the protecting all over the years, and they list all their names here. Chicago Police Memorial Foundation, all the Gold Star families, the spouses, and and right here, here's one of the recent fallen. Right here, they got a picture, Michael P. Gordon, you know, a Chicago police officer, and then their names are up here. So we respect and commemorate the families. Hey, we will never forget. Here, look at this. Look at this nice statue here. And look, you can see Soldier Field. And that's what, you know, Soldier Field commemorates the fallen in World War I, and then they expanded it to World War II. This is a police memorial that they purposely put here near Soldier Field because they consider expand Soldier Field or dome it over or do whatever. You know, if we're going to invest money, invest it here. Invest it in the city where the hotels are, near the lake. What a beautiful spot. I agree with you, Dolores, that they could yeah, thanks for waiting through the signal issues. I know there's always signal issues. Here, I think I found the Mussolini statue, or not, it's not Mussolini. It's when Balboa came over, when he was with Mussolini, they donated it to the city of Chicago. That's why it's kind of weird out here. And if I don't find it, we'll find it next time. But look at this great view of Soldier Field. Yeah, you know, and I'm glad that the Chicago Fire still play here, the soccer team. Here's another Gold Star Families Memorial Park. Here they got the flags, and look at this great view we have to Soldier Field. Let me get the camera straight here. Yeah, look into it. It's when Balboa, you know, they named Balboa Street after him in 1933. It was so weird. They put a Native American headdress on him. This Italian aviator, and look at this. I didn't know all this. It even shows the police dog. There's a memorial to the police dogs and the police horses. Look at this. Chicago Wolves. So the minor league hockey team donated money to this. The Wolves play out there in the suburbs, and here's the Chicago police horses and the police dogs. They got a memorial to the police dogs over here by Soldier Field. Look at this. So hey, see, we see something new every day. The city's vast, worthy of exploration. Oh, it's just so hard to ride through this pea gravel. I'd rather ride in the grass here. They didn't intend for people like me to be riding a bike through here. So I'm going to go back to the bike path here. I'm going to cut out through these trees here to get off this pea gravel. See, this is the actual bike path. And make sure no one's coming here. No, it's a regular bike. Yeah, I would rent an e-bike, but you know, if you ride it over 45 minutes, or e-bikes, it starts racking up the money. You know, it charges you by the minutes. This one I can ride it for free. I might exchange it for another bike because you can ride it for 45 minutes for free, and then as long as you exchange it for another bike, you can start another 45 minutes because I'm a yearly member. And is this where it's at? Let's see. No, this is that park where we were just at. So I think I might have missed it. I think I might have missed the, we'll have to, what time we got? 12:43. I got to get back to work here. So back location, we'll find it eventually. It's not much to see. It's just this, they might have removed it. They might have removed it because they did remove the Columbus statue. And that's why, or they might have just moved it to a different location. Here, let me slow down here so I don't wreck any pedestrians going through this tunnel here. There's a Kachescu statue. But here's the Shed Aquarium. So if you ever go, we ride out there sometimes. And look at this great view we got of Navy Pier, Lake Michigan to the right, the Shed Aquarium to the left. Look at the whole skyline of Chicago. Hopefully I'm streaming. It's near the harbor. It's near the Burnham Harbor. Yeah, that's where I was at. It's fine. And so we'll have to come back and we'll get it next time. But thanks for looking that up, Tara. Appreciate it. I need all the help I can get. Look at this skyline view. Yeah. It's near the Burnham Harbor. Well, we'll get it next time. We'll be back. We got all year. But look, see the break wall? That's the break wall for Monroe Harbor, where all the sailboats moor with the buoys there. Look at that skyline, the Sears Tower, 1000M. That's the Roosevelt skyline to the left there. Here's the Shed Aquarium. We just rode around the Shed Aquarium. And that's where you, in the summertime, you can catch water taxis. They'll take you to Navy Pier. I don't know if they go into the river or not. And look at that view. I'm talking later, and thanks. I need to check out that website, and then it'll help me find it so I won't lead you all astray. Look at this thing. This thing's interesting. They got this has been there. It's got this shade shelter here where you could wait for your water taxi. And there's, of course, Field Museum. We went by that earlier. We'll ride right along the lakefront here on our way back. Thanks for coming along. Our little jaunt through the Grant Park. It was nice seeing that police memorial. I didn't document that. Hopefully that was streaming okay. Look, John Baptiste Point du Sable, Lakeshore Drive. The longest name for a street ever. Yeah, it's a nice view. Glad you saw it, Demishi. Thanks for tuning in for the lunch bunch there. And again, thanks to everybody that reached out and extended Chris their condolences. Chris sadly lost his father yesterday, and so we're grieving with him and giving him some time to spend time with family and grieve. And I know Kahala and others have gone through it. Sarah's been going through stuff with last year with her family, and it's hard, you know. And Chris is such a great guy, great friend. We met through these apps, you know, and that's why it has value, just like all the lunch bunch. And I think Pizza Lisa's getting back from her vacation, so maybe she'll be joining us. She's probably in the air right now, traveling still. And look, there's the Sears Tower. And thanks to everybody that's tuning in here, riding up the lakefront path. You can see it, good. It feels pretty nice. I was afraid my hands were going to be cold, but they're not, because it's 40 degrees. And we could ride over there by the lake. I might ride over there by the lake, get away from this loud highway noise. But we'll get one last glimpse of the Buckingham Fountain here as we go by, so I guess it's good that I'm over here by the street. Look at this sculpture. It's like the city of steel here. A steel I-beam sculpture. It's like Gary and Hammond. Look at that skyline there with the Buckingham Fountain. Just in a few months, can't wait till they turn that thing on. Turn on the Buckingham Fountain, and usually when that fountain's on, it means it's summertime, or near summertime. There, look at that great view to the lake here. Remember we were down here for Venetian night with all the boats? Look at that. Just riding up the lakefront here on a balmy 45-degree February day before Valentine's Day. It's supposed to rain tomorrow, so we'll see what I might not be able to do a lunchtime thing. We'll see what the rain's doing tomorrow. But that's why we're out and about today. There's Navy Pier. 12:49. So there's Monroe. See the Sears Tower. I could do this bike in Harbor. Just might do that because I know I got that phone call and I didn't start this until like 12:15, so we still got some time. I better get back. So I'll do an interesting ride. I'll show you what it's like to ride underneath the lower part of Randolph when you're in the lower level there, and they got a bike path. It's like you're in a big giant causeway. It's weird. At the north end of Grant Park. I don't know if I've ever filmed going that way, so let's give that a try. And because we walked through Millennium Park yesterday, you can watch the footage from yesterday if you want to see the bean and all that stuff. Jean Baptiste Point du Sable, Lakeshore Drive. There's the boathouse in Monroe Harbor. So they got some docks there. And look at that. You can see the clear view to the St. Regis. There's some people sitting by the docks there, feeding the geese. Yeah, what a pleasant day. We'll get a good view of the lake looking around this way. Show you how far we came. We were already, you can look all the way back there to the Field Museum. Soldier Field's way in the distance. You can barely see it. There's another biker. How you doing? Look at this little pier. Yeah, I see that. You can see out to the Adler Planetarium. It sticks way out there northern of the island. We'll go around the Columbia Yacht Club here. They got some little sailboats, kayaks, all kinds of stuff. Be back next season. Let's see what else is going on here. Yeah, here they got all the kayaks locked up in these little containers. There's the Columbia Yacht Club, an old Laker. It sits there year round, like I said. And yeah, maybe I'll really actually get out and live stream from a kayak this season once we get into spring, summer. Didn't get around to it last year, but we'll figure out a way to do it. So here's where you can connect with, see there's Lakeshore East. You can connect with the end. This is with the end of Randolph. And see there's a bike path right here. As long as this car doesn't go, we can head straight across here, go underneath Sable Lakeshore Drive, and they got some construction going on, so this should be interesting. We'll see how it goes here. I forgot they were doing construction. So here, we got the light. We'll cruise up here. See, there's where the ramps come down from Lakeshore Drive. I've seen people camping out down here, but I guess they must have chased them off. And we'll see if we can work around this construction. But you see, we're underneath, we're the lower level. There's a level actually below us. You see down there, there's a level below us, and there's a level above us. There's 3 levels of Randolph and Grand Parks, Millennium Parks, all that way. Shared lane, yield the bikes, okay. This should be fun. Luckily there's no cars behind me, so I'm going to try to get through this as fast as possible. Here come some cars, so bear with me. Hopefully I won't get rear-ended here. The cars are zooming by here. As fast as I can. I'm sure it's so annoying for a car to be behind a bike. Can't go around it. There, they can get around me now. Go ahead, get around me. Go as fast as you want to go now, as they have to stop at the red light anyway. So now I gotta squeeze by them. Oh, this is fun. So here, we'll just wait right here. I don't want to scratch their paint. Hey, have a good, thanks Sharon. Thanks for tuning in, appreciate it. See how you can see up, that's the skylight. You can see up to the upper level there. Waiting for this light. So I wonder what they're doing here. See, we're at Columbus and Randolph here. We should get the light. There we go. Good, now I'm out of the car's way. They can go as fast as they want. Always construction. See, there's the lower level. See how there's a level below, there's a level above. There's 3 levels of Randolph. Oh, it's so bumpy. Oh, I'm trying to go and there's always a car behind me and I'm going uphill and they can't get around me because it's not wide enough. Look at the L going by there. So now it's really scary because the cars come flying out of here and I gotta do that. Oh, the perils of bike riding, it's great. Hey, we're almost back. We made it this far, so I think I can make it the rest of the way. And we'll wait till the pedestrian traffic crosses here. There, we made it. Go to Giordano's Pizza. This is Ball Bean Court. So remember that time when I walked down in the lower levels? We were down below us here. That's why that, it seems like it goes real deep. You're underneath Bow Bean Court, and that's why it connects with Millennium Station. But hey, thanks everybody for tuning in for the lunch bunch. Sent Chris a kind word there, condolence, and we'll be back on TikTok tonight and keep this show on the road here. Thanks for tuning in, dealing with the bike ride. Appreciate you for keeping the comments to a minimum. That helped out. And we'll see what's happening tomorrow. See how much the rain's affecting the lunch. I'll give you an update. So check the YouTube page. I'll let you know if I'm not gonna be able to stream tomorrow because of the rain at lunchtime. But we'll do the best we can here. Thanks everybody for tuning in. And yeah, Mary Therese, Tara, Demishi. There we go. Have a good day. Michael, thanks for tuning in. Denise and everybody else. Demishi. We'll talk to you later. Have a great day, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.